Hello. This is the 129th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 2223, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast. And it's time again, Simon, for another episode where we don't just stay in your room.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Where we go for a little trip somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Out in the world.
Because what's the topic today?
Let me check how we wrote it down. Flying carpet ride.
Flying carpet ride.
That's what we're calling this. And sure, it's because I found my old magic carpet.
Exactly. It's sometimes we brainstorm about things that we can discuss in the podcast, mm-hmm. but sometimes it just helps to clean up your basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Or spare bedroom, or where did you find it?
In my storage area.
Aha.
Which, strictly speaking, isn't in the basement, but it's basically like the basement. Yeah, it's where you put all the stuff you don't want anymore. Or at least, not just the stuff you don't want anymore, because that you can just get rid of. The stuff you're not sure you want anymore, and you don't want to deal with it right now.
Exactly, and sometimes it makes funny noises, or it keeps moving, and then...
Yep. Handily, it is climate controlled, so you don't need to worry about mold or anything like that.
Pretty
and
cool.
So sure, this magic carpet's been in there quite a while.
Yeah, it's because it's, I don't know, a decade old, maybe older. I don't know.
Yeah. Last time I used it would have been 15 years ago.
Okay.
And obviously at that point it wasn't brand new. So it's an older model, right? But I did switch it on. I charged it up, switched it on earlier, double check, does it actually work? If it didn't, we could have still talked about it, of course, but we wouldn't have gone anywhere on it.
But it's still working.
Seems to still be working.
You reckon the listeners in the past know what a magic carpet is?
I think they do, because they're like a thing that's been in stories for hundreds and hundreds of years. Yeah. So I think they know of it as a fictional thing from stories, but I think maybe they did not have them as things you could actually go to the shop and buy and fly around on.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And sure, basically it's a hover carpet. Yeah, same kind of tech that's in hoverboards, hover bikes, but inside of a nice little rug here, type that really ties the room together.
Yeah. But it's also because if you've been listening carefully, we call it a magic carpet, right?
Sure, that's like the brand name, yeah.
But the official title of the episode is Flying Carpet Ride. Mm-hmm. So, because...
that's the generic term. The flying carpet, rather than the magic. So the magic carpet's it's a nice way to market it. Mm-hmm. It can appeal to all those old stories. But there is a label on there, here on the rug directly, which says 100% magic free.
Yeah.
Because just in case you were worried, does it have actual magic inside? Or does it use actual magic in some way? Nope. Regular flying or hover technology.
Yeah, it's also in case you're worried. I think it's also in case you were expecting this.
Oh, okay, the other way around, yeah.
I think parents would be worried, I'm not going to give my kid something that can do magic, but me as a consumer, I buy a magic carpet ride, and by the way, it can't do any magic.
Right, you might be disappointed.
Yeah, I guess. But I've never had one, I have to admit.
Right. Ever been on someone else's, like for a ride somewhere?
I have, but this is also a long time ago. I can't remember anymore what the context was. Maybe a party or so. It was a pretty big one, actually. Maybe because yours one that fits two people?
Yeah, really two comfortably. You could squeeze a few more on there, but it would get a little bit precarious.
No,
it's only got seatbelts for two.
It's the one I went to. They even had a big tea making equipment thingy in the middle. So you would basically sit in a circle around.
That's also really nice. Yeah. I'm sure that's better when you have larger groups.
I'm trying to remember why, when. Okay,
maybe it will come to you later.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're not just here to talk about it. Although we
do a little bit, but then we're going to go on an actual flying carpet ride.
And the listeners can't see it, but we're prepared. We're wearing our sweaters, jumpers.
Exactly, warm clothes. Yep.
Yeah, we brought drinks, and the flying carpet, magic carpet is right here on the floor of your apartment.
Yep, ready to go. Obviously, when we're sitting on there, I'll open up the window so we can fly outside, and then use my remote control to shut the windows behind us.
And we're not just gonna fly around at random.
No, and exactly, not just stick around here in Frankfurt. We're actually going to go all the way over to London.
We go to London. We have a destination.
Yep.
Although we'll take a port, right?
Of course,
so,
right. It would be a long episode if we were speaking the whole time, flying all the way to London and then back again.
Totally,
we'll take a portal to get there, do a bit of sightseeing.
Huh? I have to admit, I've been on hover vehicles. I mean, I'm on them all the time, but I'm still slightly nervous, because there are no edges, right? You just sit. There's.
I mean, there's. How do you mean?
I mean, there's no how to call it, things to keep us on the carpet,
like
right?
no walls, but like in a car.
Yeah.
You have the doors and the sides of the car around you, and then a roof above you. You're enclosed.
Exactly. Although it's the same, I guess, on a hoverboard, but I guess I'm just used to it.
You're used to that, yeah. This one feels different, right? Because you're sitting down as if you are sitting on a carpet. Mm-hmm. That's a different feeling to being, standing up on a hoverboard.
True. Or maybe I'm just being a bit telephobic, I guess.
Possibly. We'll see how it goes.
Shall we see how it goes?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. We take the drinks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got my drink here. Let's go.
Okay. So,
over
can
here.
we fit the recorder in the middle?
I think so. Let's, yep.
Okay, so, are you taking the front?
Yeah, makes sense, I guess.
Sure.
It being my carpet. Yep. So, let's settle down.
Okay, let me... these are nice cup holders.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There we go.
Oh, these are
Get mine
pretty
situated.
sturdy, yeah? For a carpet.
Yep, they need to be, yeah, because in case it gets windy, don't want our drinks going overboard.
So I'm just sitting on the carpet right now.
Yep.
Do I? There's a bit of a seat belt.
Yeah, you might strap yourself in. You do need to put the seatbelts on.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd be in trouble here.
Okay.
I mean, not just legally, but, like I say, a windy day, cup holders secure our cups, our beverages, seatbelts secure us.
I'm thinking I never wear a seatbelt on my hoverboard.
I know.
No?
Well, yeah, hoverboard, you don't.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
We're all ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to open the window here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Oh, okay. So how did you start it now? So now we're moving. Ah.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
when I said let's get going, it started itself up.
Okay, that's how it works.
Yep.
I thought maybe you did something on your lens or...
No, it's nice like that. It's like voice control, but intent control.
Oh.
Like, it's more like it listens in on the conversation. I said let's get going, and it heard that, and it figured, okay, let's get going.
You sure there's no magic inside?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
The label right here, it says there's none.
I'm gonna roll down my sleeves because it's already chilly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
It's the evening already, yeah. So
You reckon the wind gets picked up on the recording? So
I think it may do, but hopefully the microphone, there's some, software involved that maybe cancels it out as best it can.
Okay.
At least reduces it.
Just in case we have to speak very clearly.
Yeah, that's a good idea in general anyway.
So I was thinking, I mentioned before the portal, I thought we could fly to Uptown Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely know there's a portal to London there.
Yep.
I'm not sure if we mentioned Uptown Frankfurt before. Just in case for our listeners, it's a floating city. It's above Frankfurt, and it's catered to the richest people
Yeah,
around.
it's expensive to build, so it's expensive to live. Or at least the idea is it will be expensive to live there. That's where they're running into some difficulty.
Yes.
Actually, that's why it's kind of on pause. Like it's being paused. It's on hold at the moment because at least right now it's projected there aren't enough people who care to be rich enough to actually live there.
Exactly. They've been building it for a while, and people don't really care that much about being rich anymore.
Or like showing off, like by saying, hey, check it out, I'm so rich, I live in this amazingly high up place. There are, of course, some people who want that. And at least right now, it seems like there may not be enough for it to make sense to finish building.
Yeah, to have a proper return on invest. But anyway, so they have it's built by a real estate company in London, or at least close to London, I think. And the workers were coming in every morning on their overbikes and so on through the portal. So I know it's still up and running, although the construction is paused. So I guess we won't be bumping into any workers.
Shouldn't be, no.
Let's steer to Uptown Frankfurt. Should be a couple of minutes.
See, check out, as we've been talking, I don't know if you noticed, Magic Carpet has been taking us that way. Like I didn't need to, maybe you thought I was putting in the coordinates. No. It was listening.
I hadn't even noticed that we had changed directions.
Yeah, it's subtle. It's nice and subtle that way. That's the idea. You can just have conversations. sightseeing, if you're by yourself, read a book. Well, okay, if you're reading a book, you do every so often need to speak up a little bit so that you know where you want to go. But of course, at the start, you can just say, "Hey, I want to read. Take me on a nice tour. Show me the sights."
Cool. And we're gaining height as well, because I can see the bottom of Uptown Frankfurt already coming up. You see the real estate logo really big at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, there should be a few minutes, I guess, before we get there. But I'm already happy that we have seat warmers, because it's, especially up here,
necessary. Yeah.
You would wonder, like, they build a floating city so high up, it's pretty cold high up. How do they deal with this?
I mean, in the daytime, when there is sunshine, that's stored also for heat to like be used when there's no sunshine. In the winter, of course, it gets really cold.
Yeah. Or maybe they have they probably have a solution. If it's for the richest people, they'll have a solution. It's probably nice weather in the winter as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're rich enough, maybe you use your cyborg chip to make to modify your body that it enjoys really cold temperatures. Yeah. Then you don't need heating so much.
Or maybe if you're rich, you also have another city somewhere on the other side of the globe where it's nice. But at least I'm happy that right now it's just cold and not raining. Imagine we would be on the carpet here, raining and cold.
Yeah. This is a smaller one, right? So if it does rain, I mean, we'll be dry. The way that will be achieved is that the magic carpet will flip upside down.
Oh,
we're strapped in. Our beverages are strapped in. It's all good. Our blood might rush to our heads a bit, but that will keep us dry. On the larger ones, I think like the one you were describing, where you can all sit in a circle, there's enough carpet around you that it basically curls up. It makes like a little roof above you. That's a bit nicer. You don't get so much blood rushing to your head.
That sounds actually really cool.
Yeah. So if it rains, we'll be flipped upside down.
Now I'm hoping it's going to rain in London.
Yeah.
Oh, we get
often
there.
Does. Yeah.
Okay. True. Actually, usually I don't hope for rain, but now I do. Okay. Okay, so it's slowing down now.
Yeah, coming up to the portal.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see. Okay, so...
Yeah, we just need to go through immigration. I mean, I say we go through, we just go through. Yeah, it scans our... This is for our listeners, for your benefit. Scans our lenses, identifies us.
Yeah.
Pass on.
Okay.
All good.
Here we go. Okay.
Nice.
But now we get the... Now we get the terms and conditions for UK on our lens, right?
Yep, double tap your fingers. Okay, I totally agree to all that stuff that I understood.
All of this. Otherwise it would be a very long episode.
I mean, we could have read it aloud, but we've got Mr. Double Lineage to read it. Okay, maybe another time.
It would be a nice bonus episode, reading all the terms and conditions for every country.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But now we need to speak about where we want to go for the carpet to understand.
We already did we not mention? So, sure, we're going to London. Pretty sure we mentioned that before. Otherwise, we mentioned it before.
But you sure? But can we but where in London we want to go?
Where in London?
Or can you manually overrule and be spontaneous and say let's?
You can.
Go there,
of course, you can always just give it direct instructions. It's just more that you don't need to.
Yeah. Okay.
Was there somewhere you specifically wanted to go, or shall we just see where it takes us?
Exactly. I was because I think downtown is still a bit off. I thought maybe we just go downtown and we just describe to the listeners what we see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go downtown. So I guess I was already doing this.
Exactly.
I don't notice a difference.
No, it's taking care.
It's anticipating. I like that.
That's it.
Did you notice that dirty old metal teapotty thingy on the carpet? Was it always there?
Yeah, it's a feature. Yeah, meaning it's part of the magic carpet.
Ah, so okay, it came with the carpet.
Came with the carpet.
Okay. Was it dirty?
Yeah, I don't make tea so often. I drink coffee more.
Ever thought about polishing it?
Nah.
It still works when it's dirty, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Before we get to downtown, any other special features we should mention about the carpet
itself? I mean, we're definitely not going to make use of it today while we're going on our sightseeing tour. But when you want a nice massage, it's best when you've just got one person on the carpet, but you lay down, and then nails come up underneath you.
Ooh.
In like a wave. So first of all at the same height, and then like a wave-like pattern. It's pretty soothing, like moving underneath you.
It sounds pretty uncomfortable, actually.
I said nails. Yeah, they're not super sharp ones.
Okay.
I think if you just had one or two nails, it would really hurt, even if they weren't so sharp. But because there's so many of them, your weight is distributed over enough of them. It works out. I find it, I haven't used it in a while, but I remember it being pretty relaxing.
Okay, wow. But you look at the carpet now, you don't really see... I can't see where they're coming from.
Right, and that's the thing, because it is a carpet, right? We didn't... I'm trusting that our listeners understand what a carpet is, or in this case, it's a bit of a strange thing, because I think I mentioned it's a rug. It's really more like a rug, you know.
Yeah.
Carpet is when you have it like really fitted to the floor, wall to wall, and this is more a freestanding thing.
Yeah.
And especially when you're flying around, that's what you want.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the thickness of a rug, of a carpet. You know, it's not like 20 centimeters high. It's more like, it's pretty thick pile. So like, let's say 2 centimeters maybe. Okay, but where do the nails come from or go when they're not being used? They're in there.
Yeah. Okay, they come out. They're there.
They come out. When you're finished with them, they go back in.
You know what I heard, and I'm not sure if that's a rumor or actually true. Like that every rug or every magic carpet has a different pattern.
You know, that's true. They're unique.
Wow, but that also on the one hand, that sounds also quite expensive. But how do you know?
So I see. So you can at least tell they're unique compared to your friends' ones. You know, side by side. Whether they're unique whether every single one is unique. I mean, maybe they do a thing where they sell them in batches to different regions. But the reason they're unique is the point. It's not so expensive because it's not that they are designed. That's where the cost would come in. But rather that they're organically grown. The fact they're unique is basically a result of them being grown rather than manufactured.
Okay, well that would also explain kind of the absence of a pattern, right? So.
Right, of a more regular repeating pattern.
Because there's like looking at the carpet, especially where I'm sitting now. This could even be like
some bark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the colours are different. You know, this one's like got bright reds and blues and yellows and so on.
It does actually look like a map. See, here's where water used to be. This could be like a cave.
Could be. But right, like a map of a natural area, not a map of a man-made city. Which
true, and there's also like water, and it almost looks like an island of sorts. Huh. Interesting. Oh, hey, look, there's the two London Eyes.
Yep.
Shall we go check those out?
Yeah, let's go fly down between them.
Okay. Oh, we should describe to our listeners now. So
rather than just sitting in silence. Right, we're flying along the river, along the Thames. On either bank, there's we're flying between the London Eyes, and it's nice. We can see in each of them people. You know, so people who don't know what the London Eyes are, they're Ferris wheels.
Yeah.
And then there are people in the Ferris wheels. We're waving at them. Hello. They're waving at us. Hey, that kind of stuff.
It's also fair to point out that it's now like the sun is slowly settling, right? So it's there's a bit of a sunset shining on the scenery. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Nice. We're actually flying at the moment. We're still flying towards the sun, towards the sunset.
Right. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. We're flying to the west.
Yeah, exactly. So we're flying to the west. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. I guess but the Ferris wheels, they've been around forever. So I guess they were already around when the listeners.
Definitely.
I
think they're from the last millennium.
Could be. Maybe while we're here, we catch one of the speed ramps on top of the Westminster Abbey.
Yeah, let's go over there. We're heading over there now. That's a good idea. Both for a little bit of speed, you know, get a bit more, even more exciting for us, but also to charge up the magic carpet a little bit.
Smart. Okay, so Oh yeah. You definitely noticed that it's suddenly getting faster.
Yep.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've realised I wanted to see something. I think we've already gone past it. Like if we were to just keep going west, I think we would miss it. So I wanted to go check out Canary Wharf.
Sure.
So
maybe we can go wherever.
Exactly, carpet will take care of us. You know about Canary Wharf?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it does.
Okay, so it's really, at least if you're a big fan of Star Trek The Next Generation, like I am.
I am,
yeah. Yeah, you too. So it's this really nice tower, which was built in honour of Worf, of the character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so it's like it's not a religious thing, so it's not pilgrimage exactly, but for folk who really like that show, who really like that character of Worf, it's a place to go check it out.
Where does the canary part come from?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
Because at least as I recall in the show, he didn't ever have a little yellow bird on his shoulder or anything.
No, I don't remember
He
either.
had his uniform. At least in the Next Generation, he used to wear yellow, yeah?
Yeah.
When he went over to DS9, then he had red, but
Okay, maybe
it's to do with his yellow uniform.
Maybe it's like a really subtle reference to one episode.
Maybe there have been so many, and I haven't seen them all. I mean, I've seen them all, but it's over a very many decades. So.
Didn't Star Trek do a crossover with Looney Tunes at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Is there a canary in Looney Tunes? Tweety Pie?
Is that a canary?
Don't know. It's a yellow bird. Was it yellow?
See?
Could be that.
Okay, so as our listeners know, we will find out and we'll get back to you about this.
Yeah, but at the very least we can fly by and have a look. Check it out. So from far away you can't really see it.
Uh-huh.
Now that we're getting closer, right at the tip of the pyramid, you can see there's a backleaf. Like as if it's been like struck in, like smashed into it, but it's sticking out, and then the red light is shining up it. Looks a bit like blood. You've got to have some nice violence imagery for Klingons.
Okay, cool. This is I've heard of it, but I've never
and
been here.
I've seen pictures, but it's nice to actually ride right on. But I think if we just get close enough, we can even. Yeah, I touched it just as we went by.
You could touch it. No, okay. Let's. I want to circle back. I want to try it as well.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. No.
Ah, you just missed it.
Okay. So okay. Then let's not circle back.
Sure.
What's that river channel thing down there? The glowing with the glowing water.
Okay, I'm going to use my lens here because I don't know this geography that well. I'll just get an overlay. That's Abbey Road.
That's the Abbey Road channel.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go down there? But that's
Sure.
supposed to speed us up big time, right?
Yep.
Okay, we have to go really down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're getting in between the houses now. Cool.
Yep.
But the people are watching, so they're not.
Yeah. So maybe this isn't clear. So this is not clear to our listeners because we've not mentioned it. It's not just that I had my magic carpet in the basement for years. It's that no one really uses this anymore. Yeah. It's like It's like when you see. I think in the past they had this thing where people would have these really, really old cars that, strictly speaking, still worked. But when people would see them, it would be really funny because hey, this is like a car that's really old-fashioned. It's a bit like that with the magic carpet. People are pointing and waving and stuff because it's really unusual to see anyone riding around on one.
It's also there's just a group of hover skating people that just came by. Mm-hmm. They also looked surprised, and they're on hover skates, and they were still surprised about the carpet.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Hover skates, hover boards, hover bikes, that's all regular stuff, and it's the magic carpet angle that's like the old-fashioned thing.
But also, because when we came in, we were really high, and we've been basically moving down until we were at the height of the Ferris wheels at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But right now, we're above the Abbey Road channel. We're almost at ground height, right?
Yeah.
I do notice we're getting a little bit faster, but not as fast as when we were on the speed ramps.
Right. No, it's not that kind of like a boost, but it's more that it, like while we're going along here, like with all the other hover vehicles, the battery of the magic carpet is charging up, and we're being propelled by the energy in the channel. Mm-hmm. And it's not really about speed, but we can go a little bit faster because we don't have to worry about burning up or using up the battery.
Cool. I saw I think a shuttle go up just now, as they do in big cities, but it looked very different here. So this shuttle was all red, and it seemed to have 2 levels.
Right, double-decker shuttle, yeah. It's like nothing to stop them existing elsewhere, but they pretty much only exist here in London.
Like a typical London thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a touristy type thing,
See, this is also something I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I should go here more often.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. Anywhere else you want to go?
Let's go check out Tower Bridge.
Sure. Cool. Let's see if they're still stuck.
Yeah, they probably are, but exactly, let's go check it out.
Okay. Then, so apparently we have to turn around. So we're really, we're going...
Kind of going all over, but...
Yeah, but that's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, yeah. So now they're coming... But hey, I noticed we've just left the Abbey Road channel, but we're still faster than before. Mm-hmm. So that's a lasting effect.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the for the listeners, I think we mentioned it in the Lost Places episode, but the Tower Bridge is always up.
Yeah. Right, it used to be a drawbridge that could go up and down. It would go up for large boats, ships even, I guess, to go through in the river. It would go down again so that cars and buses and whatever could drive across cross it.
Yeah, but since we can all hover and teleport and so on, the bridge is kind of lost
always
there.
up, yeah. I mean, at the same time, there aren't that many boats going through, but exactly, it doesn't need to be down.
I think at one point they just stopped, and then they were like, it just happened to be up at that point.
I mean, that way you can tell it's a drawbridge from far away. Yeah? If it's just
True.
down, it's like, whatever, it could just be a regular bridge. Maybe it looks a bit more iconic to have it up like this.
True, and also like in case you ever want to.
I mean, there are dash panels at the top. So not at the top, but the ends of each of the parts that go up of the road. There are dash panels. So when you want, you can have a nice race up there, then boost over to the other side. Like you don't need to for practical reasons, but for fun,
Because I just thought I heard that the British Museum that they launched their pinball Star Trek laser beam parkours. Maybe we go check that out, but then we have to circle back again. Maybe we can use one of the dash panels on the Tower Bridge.
Sure.
While we're here?
Yeah, since we're here anyway. Exactly, we're on the south bank right now, so let's go up here, and then we'll be headed in the right direction.
Oh, this is pretty steep now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually... Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is... audio content. Okay. I can see the laser beams already. Okay.
Yeah, putting on a nice light show.
Yeah, that's the newest addition to the British Museum, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly, floating up above the. I don't even remember the proper name for it, but it's got like that central pillar thing. It's actually a library inside, and then it has this dome of glass around it. But now above that is where the pinball Star Trek is. Yeah.
Cool. That looks actually pretty cool. But I don't think we can go in there, right?
No, you need a ticket.
From the look of it.
No, I mean not from here. So you need to buy a ticket, and those are pretty because it's only recently opened. You need to book those pretty far in advance.
And I guess we can't spontaneously get a ticket now, and I'm not sure if you can enter with it.
Also, I don't have my gear on me.
And good point. We can follow up on that in a future episode.
Sounds good.
I think maybe we hover down and maybe actually
go get a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Something to eat. Actually, I'm a bit hungry.
Cool. Let's check out Soho.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, but we had a listener question.
Sure. Yeah. Right. We did think to bring that with us, so let's answer it now. Rather than wait until we're back home.
It's good point. It's from email, but I noticed now I didn't actually copy his actual words.
Not word for word.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like the gist was straightforward.
He asked about the Hobby X hover horse.
Right.
We spoke about it in the live toy episode, and he asked, "Did that ever get released?"
So, yes, it did email, and it didn't do so well.
No.
So, but that was more like a test. What's it called? A test launch?
Yeah, I guess prototype.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it didn't do so well, basically because it spoke too much.
Yeah.
And obnoxiously was the point. Yeah, if it had been like speaking too much in a really nice, soothing way that put your kids to sleep, maybe people would like it more. But it was really obnoxious and abrasive.
And especially because you could also fly with it, but it would just speak non-stop, and then not just like this really quiet magic carpet.
Exactly. So, but what I read about it is that pilot launch didn't work out, but that was the point of doing it as a pilot launch to work it out. So now they're adjusting it, and it's going to be released in time for Halloween. So I think this is now we're at the beginning of October now, so I guess it'll be coming out in the next week or two.
Cool. And unlike we thought, they didn't actually do a rebrand. They actually called it the Hobby Hex Hover Horse.
Yeah. I think that's why they're tying it to Halloween with the hex part, the witch part. And as I saw a promotion for it, it's also going to be that if you buy, leading up to Halloween, when you buy a Hobby Hex Hover Horse, you also will get a horse mask.
Cool.
Like a big old horse mask that you can wear on your own head,
Ooh, now I'm considering it.
Right, just for the mask, yeah. And you also would have a Hobby Hex Hover Horse, which is pretty nice too.
I'm going to put it on my impulse list. All right. Cool. Then I would say let's go touch down somewhere and get a drink.
Sounds good. And I'm going to tell our listeners what they should do. Listeners who are listening to me now, please send an email to mycallasagna5@gmail.com. Put the number 129 in the subject, and if you have any questions, feel free to put those in the email too, and we'll reply to you in a future episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you in 200 years.
Bye-bye.